thank you so much, Jack, and thank you, Mike, for that excellent overview and information on cryptocurrency. Just a reminder to the audience, we will now open it up to questions. I see we've had several come in throughout the webinar, but if you do have a question, please type it in your questions panel, and we'll get it to as many as we can. The first question that came in for Mike and Jack is, how will the volatility of the market affect the price at the time of the transaction?
Well, I'll take that one. So what happens is it locks in the price at the time of the well, we do it, is that it locks in the price because once that coin clears 3 confirmations, we're actually going to sell that coin immediately. We don't play the increase or the decrease. So actually, we guarantee the conversion rate at the time of the transaction. So I would say within 3 or 4 seconds, it's locked down, and that's exactly the amount that the ATM owner would receive.
I would also add to that, Jack, that in your mobile phone, in these mobile wallets, you absolutely know the price of Bitcoin right on the screen as you're performing the transaction, and so it does happen very quickly. So it's not like today I'm trading at 9,000 and tomorrow I'm at 8,900, and you see that instantly on your phone and what it's going to cost you in funds.
Yeah, and we do give you, thanks, Mike, excellent. So we do show you on the receipt that's printed at the machine what the conversion rate is, but the conversion rate to spot is usually 3 to 4 seconds. And you'll see that on your mobile device, on your wallet, and you'll also have to confirm the transaction. So when you initiate the transaction, but there will also be a second step to confirm it. And throughout those steps, you'll see what the price of coin is tied as a percentage to that transaction value.
Thank you very much. That was excellent. The next question is, will the transactions run over some sort of ILP or interledger protocol?
You know, that's a good question. So the answer on our side would be that yes, you'd have to have some type of ledger protocol to transport these transactions. But I am not a technical guru, but the answer I believe is yes.
All right. Excellent. The next one is, Bitcoin is slow compared to other mainstream coins. Will there be other coins adopted in your B-commerce platform?
Yeah, so the answer is yes. So there's 2 kinds of coins we'll be adding. One would be some of these countrywide coins, like the digital one, would be the US, if it's a digital dollar, whatever they end up calling it, yes. And then also those popular coins such as Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash are also will be available, and you'll have a selection process early in the transaction of which one you will be transacting. So the answer is absolutely, because I think it's growing. I think that's what people are going to want, is to be able to have access to different coins, whether it's stable or interchange based. So the answer is absolutely yes.
Perfect. And as a follow-up, what about XRP?
Oh, well, you know, they just hired Elon Musk yesterday, and I don't know if you knew that they hired him. I don't know what his charge is per hour as a consultant, but XRP is a very good one. I think Ripple has had some stops and starts trying to be a replacement for Swift. I think it may or may not go. I'm not really into the bank-to-bank transfer world, but XRP, I think with Elon Musk, will be an interesting process to watch and see if his FaceTime and what he's going to be doing. There's all kind of rumors whether he'll require that's how you pay for your next Tesla. All those things are up in the air, but I think it has the opportunity, if marketed right, to give Bitcoin a run for its money.
Interesting. Next question, it goes to the QR code use. Will a PIN entry still be required on either buying or selling crypto with a QR code?
Yes, you will still have to have a password, we'll call it. I wouldn't use the word PIN, but every wallet, when you set up a wallet, you will also set up your password, your protection. And so that will still be required absolutely to complete the transaction.
All right. And I think you touched on this one a little bit, but just to ask again, in your presentation, you talked about the emergence of blockchain currencies and their diversity in the marketplace. Will this mainstreaming be domestic or will it be global?
I think that's what makes it's called this whole blockchain currency thing. It is very much a global solution. It does not have the cross-border acquiring limitations of the network brands. It's a much faster, easier. It brings investments to people who may not have the funds to open up a stock account at TD Waterhouse or something. So yes, I think this is a global basis. I know, and one of the things we're doing to globalize it is that our merchant terminal that is, I can make the statement that every single smartphone on the planet can accept Bitcoin for the purchase of goods and services using our platform. And so that plus globalization of the ATMs, we are moving into Canada. Yosung does have the Canadian release in play. For Canada, we have other countries. We've been contacted by countries in Africa that want to add ATM process. So I would say that this is very much a global play, albeit today it's very much a U.S. Ownership play.
Very good. Your presentation kind of focuses, like you said, of the global play of the cryptocurrency. So the future is now is kind of the theme that I got from your presentation. What would be your insight to the ATM operators and what they can do to increase revenue to be part of that?
Mike, you want to take a stab at that? I'll follow up.
Sure. I think that as an ATM operator, I mean, we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to maximize surcharge. We're watching interchange as much as we can. And I think at some point you have to adopt to some of the new issues that are going on. Like if you're not selling cryptocurrency on your ATM today, I think it's crazy. Now, it doesn't mean that every operator can run out and touch 200 machines, you know, to get that done. But a lot of ATM operators sit back and they say, well, I don't know much about cryptocurrency or I don't know much about these programs. So I'll wait till the market gets flooded with these and then I'll go out and do it. And I think you have to find the balance of your time schedule and get out and update software, get the newest programs that you can. We have to drive revenue every way we can. And to not have Bitcoin, and it might not fit on every location you have in your portfolio, but you've got to start the ball rolling and you've got to get going, and you'll be surprised at the additional income that's generated.
I think that to drive incremental revenue, I think that you're doing everything you can today to drive revenue with the basic acceptance that you have, but it's not going to be growing. It's not going to add significant incremental revenue. So I think having both options, having say Liberty X and then also having B4U on your machines, other things will be coming down the road. But I think certainly in the crypto world, offering every individual that comes to your ATM that with the knowledge that you can do it, and secondly, the ability to either buy or sell your Bitcoin and then other coins to come, I would say that's a major step now that's important, because you start training your customers. I think I read somewhere it's roughly 300 visits to an ATM per month. I'm sure it's higher and lower, but every one of those people becomes an advertising vehicle for you. As long as they know what they can do and they can drive this attendant, and you may get more visits, you may get multiple visits, cash out of their debit card, sell their Bitcoin. I will tell you that it is a great complement to what you do today and will drive revenue.
Excellent. Well, this next question kind of falls into what you had said, Jack, about coming down the road. Our business has changed considerably over the past 10 years. What do you see coming down the road in the next 5 or 10 years?
Well, I'll give you my opinion, and Mike can certainly jump in. I think that in the term of payments, I think that we will become highly dependent upon our mobile phone for financial services. I think that banks will not look like anything like they do today. I think there will be commercial banks, big banks, because corporations still need payments. But I've talked to companies that are looking to pay their invoices on Bitcoin. They look to pay their employees on Bitcoin. I think you're going to see digital currencies become mainstream as it kind of works its way into all of the money market opportunities. And I think that if you look, every 10 years this happens. If you look around and say, well, what are the mainstream? Walmart. Who would have thought Walmart would be where it is today? Where Amazon. Other things are happening that will drive the market, but cryptocurrency, blockchain currencies, digital representation of global currencies is coming, and it's coming really fast. Mike?
Anyway, well, it sounds like Mike might have been on mute right there, but we do have one more question that came in. You had said that the missing element in mainstreaming of blockchain's currency is why. Can you expand on that?
Yes, I think that the problem, the negative, the issue that we as an industry have to answer for the consumers is the why. We got the what, the where, all those things, but consumers still look at, I mean, Coinbase said that 75% of the United States population is aware of a Bitcoin, but yet only like 3 or 4% have a wallet. Right? And so the why is, how do we take that 3 or 4% that have Bitcoin wallets today, and how do we push it up to those who have an awareness of Bitcoin? And until we can do that, and the big idea might be that we as an industry start thinking about consumer advertising so that we can acclimate this difference, this 70% of America's population, to the reality that there's other things you can do at an ATM besides just pull money out with your credit card. And so I think the why centers in, what do you do with it? Why would I want to have this? Why do I need Bitcoin? Well, there's a lot of reasons, and being able to say it may go up in value is a very small one. And so I think that's the challenge for us, is the why. And that's what Mike and I are focusing on, is how to provide a why answer so that people want to have Bitcoin, want to have access to the speed, the simplicity. If you're sending remittances to Central or South America or Mexico to your family, this is a perfect solution. It's fast, it's simple, it's easy. You don't need to go to Western Union. You don't need to go to MoneyGram. You can do it right off your phone. All of those things are changing to your mobile device being the centerpiece. And then we'll see these this Internet of Things, this IoTs, become more and more prevalent. And with that will come more and more hacking opportunities. So that's why the cell phone, the mobile phone, will be the center of your payments universe.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Jack and Mike, for the question and answer portion. Lots of great information that you provided. And just for the audience, so you know, we will include their email addresses in the links that we send out, just in case you have any follow-up questions that may have come up.